Nigerian housing gap is a collective effort. And permit me to salute the courage of the organizers of this great event. And I know that at the end of this meeting, positive inputs will emerge. This afternoon, I want to give us an address on the Nigerian real estate industry, the past, the present, and the future. Distinguished guest speakers, delegates, and participants, it is a great honor to have the privilege of delivering this keynote address at such an auspicious summit as this. Undoubtedly, the largest so far of representatives of Nigerian executives and legislature, regulatory agencies, and real estate practitioners in Nigeria. I do not take this opportunity for granted. I would like to congratulate the organizers of this event and chairman and members of the Federal House of Representatives Committee on Land and Housing. I will segment this address and liken it to the steps of a grand wedding cake with the scintillating icing on top. May I start therefore with a short story of the P1 Group, the company I have come to represent at this event. P1 is an acronym for Property World Africa Network, founded 7 years ago as P1 Homes Limited. The vision of P1 at its inception was to make land and home ownership dream a reality for all. Interestingly, at the time of starting the company, the founders, a couple, Dr. Augustine and Dr. Mrs. Jane Omere, were themselves homeless and nomadic. Today, P1 is a group of companies with 12 affiliate companies, all dealing in provision of affordable land and housing in Lagos, Rivers, Ogun, Imo, Anambra, Delta states, with many more branches soon to be opened across Africa. The success of the P1 vision is tied to its empowerment mantra, whereby independent professionals are recruited and trained to deal in real estate and earn a sustainable living for themselves by an equitable system of remuneration. The past of Nigeria's real estate industry. Pre-Land Use Act. From time immemorial, through the period of agriculture to the period of industrial development, land has remained the most valuable property in the life of man and its development. It's a source of wealth to those who have it and the mother of all properties. In other words, virtually all the basic needs of human existence are land dependent. In view of the importance and usefulness of land to man and its development, as well as the development of each society, every person generally desires to acquire and own a portion of land to achieve the various ends for which the land is meant. Therefore, to make land in Nigeria available to all and to ensure that the land is acquired and put to a proper use for the needed development, governments during and after colonial period enacted laws to govern the use or administration of land in Nigeria. Prior to the enactment of the Land Use Act in 1978, there were three main sources of land law. Customary law varied from custom to custom, English receipt law, which comprises of common law, doctrine of equity, and statutes of general application, and local legislation. There was also a duality of land use system in the southern and northern parts of the country. In colonial Nigeria, there were different land tenure systems for the northern and southern parts of the country. In the south, the land was deemed to be owned by families and communities, villages and towns. Where individuals exercised control over land, it was by virtue of their belonging to the land-owning families and communities. The only land that was excluded from this arrangement was that which had purposely been designated public land by the British Crown. Land Use Act of 1978. The Land Use Act enacted in 1978 was meant to standardize land administration systems across the country. It vested all urban land within a state in the state governor, and all non-urban land in the local governments in which they are found. The state governor and local government authorities are empowered by the Act to grant statutory rights of occupancy. The Land Use Act has since regulated land tenure in Nigeria despite attempts to amend it and sequestrate it from Nigerian Constitution. The present of Nigerian real estate industry. 1. Rise of real estate network marketing model. In Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria, where demand for housing and shelter is constantly on the rise, P1 has succeeded in revolutionizing the real estate sector by introducing and pioneering real estate network marketing. This system of marketing has since proven to be the most effective for any business enterprise. Today, thousands of other real estate companies have since emerged and built their businesses around this model. This is a positive step that has demystified the concept of land ownership, provided employment for thousands, and made it easy for everyone regardless of societal status and any power to acquire land. Number 2, another notable ongoing issue in Nigerian real estate industry is the commercialization of Ibejuleki in Lagos State, with the siting of the Dangote Refinery, the Deep Sea Port, Kellogg Industries, and other commercial investments in the Free Trade Zone. Experts have projected that the Lagos Free Trade Zone will become the hub of commercial activities in Africa, and this will impact hugely on the demand for affordable housing in that region. This, therefore, is a call to investors to buy into the future of Ibejuleki by investing in real estate at a time like this. Number 3, extant laws and government policies. The government is taking steps to ensure that the real estate industry is adequately given oversight. Across Nigeria, state parliaments are enacting laws and regulations to further conduce the process of land ownership and title perfection. The summit co-organized by the Federal House of Representatives is also a step in distilling industry-wide feedback and formulating appropriate legislative responses. The government deserves some accolades. Number 4, contributions to GDP and real estate statistics. Despite the economic challenges in the Nigerian real estate sector, a new report by one of the nation's online platform, Property Pro, has revealed that the sector still retains its position as fifth contributor to the gross domestic product. The future of Nigeria real estate industry. The role of real estate to economic growth is overlooked in developing economies, and thus its potential is often missed. Real estate is somewhat seen as a domain of the developed world who have in the past exuded their capacity to embark on very huge infrastructure projects. Several projects with potential of adding value to the economy in the developing world have suffered a stillbirth, and some of them fail to make a way out of the boardroom. The missed potential might be very high, although there are no figures to support, but the current market situation and a high housing backlog speaks volumes about the assertion. The potential for growth is inbuilt within the availability of vast tracts of underutilized land and high demand for residential properties. There is also an expected upsurge in demand for industrial and commercial properties in the long run as population continues to grow and as policies are shifting towards promoting the local industry. In concluding this keynote address, I want to say that this is just the tip of an iceberg, and I challenge us to rise up and tap into the huge potentials and possibilities of real estate sector by continuous innovations and cutting-edge strategies. We are the future of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that speech.